Okay, howdy y'all.
Howdy.
Wow, you're cute. So, all right, so what we're going to practice today is what's called host philosophy, and that's how we're going to seat the family members at family dinner. And so what we're going to do is at family dinner, when you get assigned jobs or when you pick your jobs, you have the option to be a host, and if you are a host, we're going to have 4 hosts on each side of the doorway, but for today, as an example, we're only going to have 2 hosts on each side of the doorway. So it's 4 total on the doorways, but normally it will be 8 total on the doorways. All right, and so what you're going to do is you're just going to make sure that you get a family together. So if they're all kind of straggling and getting their salad and whatnot, you'll wait at the door for them, and you'll just ask, like, is this everyone that's with you tonight? And if they say yes, then you will go ahead and seat them. We will have reserve signs at all of the tables for an OL, and so only 1 seat at every table will be reserved. Unfortunately, I don't have any reserve signs today. Sorry, just pretend. But at family dinner, you will seat the families, and you will make sure that we're going to get the tables as compact as possible. So if you seat a family of 4, you're only going to have 3 seats at that table left. So you just want to remember, like, okay, I have 3 seats at that table, and if for some reason you get a family of 5, it's okay to move on to a new table. You just want to kind of try to keep track of how many seats you have available, so when you do get that family of 3, you can go sit them down and make a full table, because we want to get everyone as close to the front and as close to the center of the room as possible. When you sign up to be a host, you will also be assigned a section number, and then if you're not a host, you will still have a section number. So the host, when you get your section number, that is where you seat people, and that's also where you sit. And then everyone else that is not a host, when you get your section number, that is where you sit when you get your food. So that's why we have the reserved seating. So when you seat people in your section, you want to go as far forward and as far to the center as you can. This is not what family dinner looks like, unfortunately. There's lots more tables. But what we do have is a very large center aisle, so it's very obvious what the dividing line in between those sections are. And then when you get there, the EAs are going to give you like an invisible dividing line as well, because we're going to have 4 sections of family dinner. So there's the one really obvious like row in the center of the room, and then there's going to be another invisible one that we're probably going to like mark with trash cans of some sort, but I don't have trash cans for an example, so sorry. You're just going to have to use your imagination again. And what you're going to do is you're going to try to seat forward and to the center, so depending on which side of the room you are, but as close to the front as you can and as close to the center, and you'll just work your way out. And that's also where you're going to sit. So when you're allowed to go get your dinner and you're allowed to sit down, you're going to pick a reserved seat that's as far to the front and as far to the center as you can get. And then when we go into dessert, we're going to give you a chance to throw your trash away and sit at a new table, and then you're just going to work your way back when you have to pick a new table. Does that all make sense? I'm like not speaking gibberish up here. Okay, so do I have any volunteers to be? Do you have a question? I'm sorry. Go for it.
What if we have like those 19 kids and counting family come in?
If they need to be at more than one table, then you're more than welcome to do that. But we only have round tables of 8. And there will only be 7 seats at each table because we have to reserve one for a family or for an OL. Yes.
So is every table going to have an OL? So are we going to be like rotating, or do we need to hop during dinner?
You do not need to hop during dinner, but every table will not have an OL. So what we're going to do is we have those reserved signs, and when you sit down, I would like for you to gently, nicely, very neatly place your reserved sign under your chair. Because we share those reserved signs with Student Track, and they need to last the whole summer, and they're going to be laminated, but you can still crush laminated paper, so please be nice. And you're just going to hide it. And so when we get to dessert, you'll be able to see that the tables that still have reserved signs have not had an OL. And so when we get to dessert and we allow you to go throw away your trash, and please do get dessert as well, even if you're not hungry, just grab a cookie or something or some fruit. That way the families don't feel really awkward with you just sitting at their table and watching them eat their dessert. And we also have coffee, which even if you don't want dessert, I'm pretty sure most of you will go get coffee. And there's hot tea if you don't like coffee. But grab something so you're not just like, hello, how are you tonight? That's really weird. And then you'll sit at a new table. Ideally, that would cover all of the tables. It's possible that it would not cover all of the tables. So we also have a presentation from Aggie Moms at the end of our dessert. If for some reason we do not have enough OLs and we still have tables who have not had any interaction with OLs, at Aggie Moms, we'll once again switch. But I will let you know if we need to switch at Aggie Moms. If not, you'll just stay there throughout the course of dessert. Any new questions? Any more questions? No? Okay, so I need 8 volunteers total to